Hello students, hope you all are fine. In the last class, we have done properties of natural fibers and their uses, and we also have done properties of rayon, that is an artificial fiber. Today, we'll start with other man-made fiber, that is nylon. The raw material used for nylon are an organic acid, that is adipic acid, and an organic base, that is hexamethylene diamine, to form nylon salt, that is caprolactam. Nylon salt is further processed to obtain a molten polymer which is then forced through the spindlet into cool air. Thus, the liquid nylon solidifies to form a filament. Composition of nylon. It is a polyamide compound of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Now we'll discuss properties of nylon. First is microscopic structure. It has a rod-like structure with uniform diameter and smooth walls. Length. Filaments can be made of any desired length. Color of nylon fiber, that is usually off-white. It's highly lustrous fiber which can be controlled by delustering agents like titanium dioxide. It's extremely strong fiber. It has very good elasticity, therefore it shows negligible wrinkles. Next property is absorption. It has very low absorption capacity, therefore it dries very quickly. Thermal properties. It burns with a smell like beans and it is very sensitive to heat. Special characteristic of synthetic fiber is that they can be heat set at very high temperatures. Therefore, they are known as thermoplastics. Chemical resistance. They can be easily damaged by concentrated acids but have good resistance to alkalis. It can be dyed easily with acid, direct, vat, disperse or direct dyes. Now we'll do the uses of nylon. It is widely used in hosiery, household furnishing and outerwear. It can be used for blending with other fibers. It dries quickly, so it is suitable for bathroom curtains and swimming costumes. It has good strength, that is why it is used for making ropes. Next is the care of nylon fiber. Nylon is wrinkle resistant because of its high elasticity, therefore not much ironing is required. Do not wash with hot water or apply hot iron on the nylon cloths. Next is the polyester. It is also a synthetic fiber. Terephthalic acid and ethylene glycol are reacted to form polyester polymer which pass through the spindlet and converted into filaments in hot air chamber. Now the composition of polyester. It is a polymer of ethylene terephthalate. Now the properties of polyester fiber. Microscopic structure. It is a rod-like structure with smooth walls and uniform diameter when viewed under a microscope. Length of polyester fiber. It can be made into both filament and staple form. It's usually of white color. Polyester possesses good luster which can be adjusted to desired brightness or dullness. Its strength varies from good to excellent. Elasticity. It has less elasticity as compared to nylon but more than cotton and rayon. Next is absorption. Absorption power of polyester is very low, so it dries quickly. Thermal properties. It burns with a pungent smell and it can be heated at very high temperature. Chemical resistance. It has very good resistance to most acids and alkalis. Dyes. Disperse and azoic dyes can be safely used for polyester fibers. So these are the properties of polyester. Next are the uses of polyester. It wrinkles very little and does not get stained. Therefore, it is good for apparel use. Care of polyester fiber. It is easy to care, use and clean. It is color fast to sunlight. It means the color will not get fade away in the presence of sunlight. It should be ironed on low temperature. So with this, we have completed the properties of man-made fibers. Next topic is fabrics available in the market. There are basically three kinds of fabric available in the market. First one is pure fabrics. In this, fabrics are made up of only one type of fiber. For example, cotton, linen, wool, silk, rayon, nylon, etc. But the variety of pure fabrics are available in the market depends upon the variety of fiber. For example, different type of cotton seeds yield different qualities of cotton, therefore having little bit different properties. Second example is silk. It is also available in large number of varieties. For example, khadi silk, raw silk, tussar silk, etc. Depending upon the silkworm producing the fiber and the conditions under which it is getting processed. Second is mixed fibers. Mixed fibers are those in which the warp yarn is formed by one type of fiber and the weft yarn is formed by another fiber. For example, fabrics available in the market which are using cotton as a warp yarn and wool as a weft yarn, the fabric is known as Scots wool. These fabrics possesses properties of both fibers. Third one is blended fabrics, in which two types of fibers are blended in a raw stock at the fiber stage and then the yarn is made. The fabric made by using such yarns as warp yarn and weft yarn are known as blended fabrics. For example, polyester plus cotton gives us terracotta. Next is polyester plus silk gives us terry silk. So these are the types of fabrics available in the market. Next is finishing. Several varieties of man-made and natural fibers can be obtained by using various methods of finishing. For example, by changing the amount of titanium dioxide, that is a delustering agent, the fiber and its luster can be made into dull, moderate or highly lustrous. Some more examples are by applying napping finish, an ordinary pure cotton fabric can be converted into flannel by using this finish. Acid finish on the fabric produces burnout design, for example, in organdy. Watered silk was also produced by moire calendering that gives us wavy appearance. Embossing finish creates interesting effect on the plain surface of pure or other fabrics. A pure synthetic fiber is changed as a result of finishing to look like a tussar silk. Dyeing and printing are also types of finishing which creates variety in the fabric market. So, with help of these finishing techniques, we can have variety of fabrics available in the market. Now the last topic of the chapter, variety in fabrics. It can be produced by using different composition of the fabric, that is pure, mixed or blended fabrics. We can produce the variety by selecting different types of fiber, for example cotton, rayon, silk, wool, polyester, etc. We can also create variety by using different varieties of fiber, for example tussar silk, cultivated silk, etc. We can also create variety by using different methods of fabric construction, for example weaving, knitting, lace making, felting, etc. Selection of weave also helps in creating variety, for example plain weave, twill weave and any decorative weave. Finishing given to the fabric, for example basic, textured, can create variety in fabrics. And the last is application of color, which can be given through dyeing and printing, which gives us variety of fabrics. So with this, we have completed our chapter. In the end, I would like to say there are so many fabrics available in the market, as fabric helps to reflect our individuality, enhances our beauty, and provides us comfort. So we have to select them carefully, as it helps in creating impression on the other people, affects our behavior, and also provides individual satisfaction. So all these things should be considered while purchasing clothes from the market. Thank you.